Hello, it's day 36. Oh my goodness, I'm doing the exact same thing again where I'm just trailing the camera off. I guess we'll recap monitor. So, desk, screen height, looking at the laptop, at a laptop. Also, I'm writing really badly. I'll explain that in a little bit. So, desk screen height with respect to laptop screen height, I need to crane neck or cran. I don't know how to actually spell it, so we're just gonna go with the C-R-A-N. Cran neck to C screen hertz. Wanted monitor or desktop. But you guys might remember that I once upon a time complained about my housing situation. Well, nothing has changed because accommodations don't accommodate great service by schools. Regardless, basically, cramped space. Cannot conveniently fit a monitor. So I basically, their family friend drove out 30 minutes or so to campus just to drop off the monitor, and I can't use it, so I had to, I ended up not sending it back. As in, like, she came here, she entered the apartment to set up the monitor, helped me set up the monitor. We both, well, I said it wouldn't fit. She said move some stuff. The stuff I have on here for a reason, because I access it regularly enough that it would become such an annoying time loss to retrieve the stuff, because the only place to store it, besides the floor which everyone steps on, is in the closet. Cannot do that. So cannot use monitor effectively, or even better, like, I don't know. So I really feel bad that the drive was all for nothing, but I suppose it might be better than spending money on a new monitor / desktop system and just finding out it doesn't fit. Well, if I bought a desktop, actually, it might fit in this space, because a good chunk of the desk I have is my laptop. The thing about this situation is that, so there are three people in dorm. Sorry, 3 people in I'll just call it a suite for now. I don't know the correct term. Suite. 1 desk per room. I got outside because I was last into the apartment, so that's already bad on its own. And then on top of that, I get less furniture than the others, and I get worse pickings of everything, which is on its own inconvenient but would be bearable. But on top of the health accommodations I need and won't get, it's a genuinely horrific situation that, well, let me rephrase it. It's a situation that should be avoidable, completely avoidable, but horrifically is not. That describes the state of a lot of things. It's not. It's worse than it should be. If this was like a free school, everything was non-profit or something, like the school was in massive debt, you could understand maybe why this situation exists. But you kind of wonder where the billions of dollars leached out from the students end up going to if it's not doing anything for a living situation. In fact, they shrank the living quarters. This is supposed to be an apartment for 2 people, not 3. Makes you throw your hands up. They're performing human cramming. It's just tough to know what there is to do about it. If they won't even respond to medical appointment. Well, there's that, and it's also difficult to get a medical appointment. So, very narrow and cramped, because also the desk is in the way of the other of the single in this apartment. There's a single and a double. I'm in the double, and the single door is right next to my desk, so I have no space. Well, I genuinely have so little space that I have to push myself all the way into the desk just so I'm not in the way of the door. Very narrow. Also, I don't know what to say. It's just so bad. And don't get me started on the sleep conditions. Good roommates, horrible room situation. It doesn't, I can't, man. Yeah, there's that also. Pulled all-nighter, more or less. So I'm exhausted now, and I think it reflects in my writing. I still have homework to do too, so it sucks. But what can I do about it? It's fine. The fun part is, I won't get good sleep. Or even sleep for the next 5 weeks, guaranteed. And there's nothing I can do about it if I don't want to flunk out. So there's a shrug. I get no break. I'll do my best. I'll do my best to remember boasting. Yeah. Sorry about today. It's a late recording, and therefore it will be a late upload. because of all this. That's all. Well, almost all. Yeah. Handwriting today's so shoddy. It might be because I'm like actually so curious about this. Is the writing? That's not even a question. That I know the answer to that. How much does fatigue affect writing quality? And the thing is, I feel like the answer is a lot. At least in my case. I don't know what it is, but my brain is genuinely saying no thank you to so much right now. It will not function to answer even the most basic questions, which is really bad because that's what homework is. Questions that you need to answer. Well, at least in my case, because problem sets, classes I'm taking, but I'm just not in a mood. I'm not equipped right now to be able to deal with them, and it's what I have to deal with. So it's like I'm at 25% productivity on stuff I'm already spending most of my time on. Nothing to do. Alright, I'll do basic alphabet stuff before calling it. Not fat enough of a G. Like you can see, I'm having immense difficulty tracing over my writing, or my lines, which I actually attribute more so to exhaustion than to just, I guess, anomalous subpar quality work. T W X and Z. Okay, I tried. Not the greatest J, but I made an effort. It's not the worst. The N is absolutely horrific though. And it still is noted. Two. 1 2 1 2. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to ace or I'm trying to get write passable letters 5 times in a row. And if I mess up, I restart the counter. Which this is the kind of practice you need to make sure you're not doing something wrong, or to try and avoid doing incorrect, or trying to avoid incorrect habits. Because if you practice until you get something right, you're going to have way more contact. Well, on average, you're going to have way more attempts that use at least a wrong practice than the singular attempt that goes right. So what you want to do is you want to actually invert that, and at the very least develop a streak of passable attempts that countermands and rectifies the mistakes you previously made. So that when you return to it next time, I don't know exactly what to say, but hopefully you understand the idea I'm trying to express. Okay. 1. No. 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 Okay, let's go slower then. No. There's 1. Barely 2. Back to 1. Still on 1. That we will count as our defeated 1. That's a 0. That's a 0. There's a 1-ish. There's a 0 again. It's very difficult. But it's also a much better way to improve than trying to find what's correct. Consistency is not gotten by performing something correct once, but never performing it, but instead performing it wrong never. I mean, it's better, for sure. It's just not what I want. Because the biggest problem comes from, I guess, retracing. As a matter of fact, instead of retracing, you see how I'm kind of making almost a V-like stroke in the M's, and which makes the tail a lot more defined and noticeable. That is not what I want from my M's. I'll just have to take that. I don't want to. In fact, I won't. Because now they're tapering off at the end. Just gotta make sure I don't overdo my corrections. Maybe I don't need to worry about it, because apparently I'm actually like severely undershooting. Maybe we'll be here a while, just judging by the quality of these M's. Maybe I go slower, make sure I actually get them correct. One. Fine, that's 2. That's a good 3. Relative. Not the best 4. That's a good 5. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Good P. W's will always be a weak point. I just keep yeah, the big thing about W's is I think I just generally don't know how to improve the keystroke, sorry, the pencil stroke, or the writing stroke. Like, the big thing is that the first tail is narrow for no reason. Yeah. Like, you can see the pattern, right? It's annoying. It's annoying to say the least. Such a difficult letter. The more curved it is, I think the easier it is. The thing is, we honestly a lot of times do write W so that it looks like it's composed of 2 V's as opposed to 2 U's. Okay, I'll take that. That was close enough to 5 recognizable W's without too much cope. Too high up. Okay. Wow. Wow. I'm aiming lower and it's actually yielding better results. Or sorry, I'm slanting, or I'm actually matching by overcompensating, or in my head. That is crazy. 3, 4, 5. Nice, I'll take it. Like, this is a very difficult letter to improve on, I think, as well. So the project, just, I guess, need to keep in mind that when I'm making this cross, this side has to aim much lower than expected to look fine. I should also explain the Y conundrum as well. And then Z is better. That'll be the practice I have today. Have a good one.